Welcome back to Character Clash. I'm Ace, and today we're diving into the galaxy far, far away once again to pit two of the most iconic Sith Lords against each other, Count Dooku and Emperor Palpatine. We'll compare their backstories, fighting styles, philosophies on the Force, and why they ultimately failed. And finally answer the burning question, who would win in a fight? So as Count Dooku would say, I've been looking forward to this. Let's dive into it. This is Character Clash. Chapter 1, Backstories. Let's start with their origins. Count Dooku, also known as Darth Tyrannus, was once a Jedi Master. Born into nobility on the planet Sereno, Dooku displayed remarkable Force sensitivity from a young age, which led to his early induction into the Jedi Order. As a Jedi, he became renowned for his wisdom and lightsaber prowess, even training Qui-Gon Jinn as his Padawan. However, over time, Dooku grew disillusioned with the Jedi Order's bureaucracy and its failure to effectively address the galaxy's growing corruption and inequality. After leaving the Jedi, he returned to Sereno to reclaim his title as Count and eventually aligned with Darth Sidious. Under Sidious's mentorship, he embraced the Sith ideology, believing it to be the only way to bring true order to the galaxy while furthering his own ambitions for power. Now, let's look at Emperor Palpatine, aka Darth Sidious. Born on Naboo, Palpatine was a cunning and ambitious politician who secretly trained under Darth Plagueis, the Sith Lord who taught him the art of cheating death and manipulating the Force on a cosmic scale. Palpatine's early life was marked by a hunger of power and a disregard for moral boundaries, leading to his eventual murder of Plagueis to claim the mantle of Dark Lord of the Sith. He mastered manipulation and deceit, orchestrating galactic events to consolidate power, including the Clone Wars and the Jedi Purge, which we all know as Execute Order 66. Rising to power as the Supreme Chancellor of the Galactic Republic, Palpatine played both sides of the war to ensure his victory, ultimately transforming the Republic into the Galactic Empire. And as Palpatine would say, I am the Senate. Unlike Dooku, Palpatine was not only committed to the Sith cause, but sought to reshape the galaxy entirely under his tyrannical rule, with the ultimate goal of achieving godlike control over life and death. While Dooku's journey to the dark side was driven by disillusionment, Palpatine's was fueled by ambition and pure evil. Both had noble origins, but took very different paths to becoming Sith Lords. Chapter 2, Fighting Styles. Now, let's talk about how these two would fare in combat. Count Dooku was a master of Form 2, a fencing-style lightsaber combat that emphasized precision, elegance, and efficiency. His refined technique allowed him to duel multiple Jedi with ease, even holding his own against Yoda. Dooku's duels in the Clone Wars series highlights his dominance, such as his battles with Obi-Wan, Anakin, and even Ventress, his former apprentice. These encounters consistently demonstrate his ability to outmaneuver and outthink his opponents with a blend of skill, strategy, and calculated ruthlessness. Dooku relied on skill and strategy over brute force, making him one of the most formidable duelists in Star Wars. On the other hand, Palpatine's combat style was chaotic and aggressive. He combined lightsaber combat with dark side force powers like lightning, overwhelming his opponents with sheer furiosity. His unpredictable and mastery of the dark side gave him a massive advantage in combat, even against highly skilled Jedi like Mace Windu and Kit Fisto. One of the most iconic examples of his combat prowess is his duel against Maul and Savage Opress in the Clone Wars. This fight stands out as one of the most thrilling lightsaber battles in all of Star Wars, showcasing Palpatine's terrifying speed, cunning, and overwhelming dominance as he defeats both opponents simultaneously, solidifying his reputation as a nearly unstoppable Sith Lord. So while Dooku was the definition of finesse, Palpatine was a storm of destructive energy. Chapter 3, Philosophies on the Force. Dooku's view of the Force was deeply influenced by his Jedi training. He believed in order and structure, but felt the Jedi's moral code was too rigid to bring true peace to the galaxy. His embrace of the dark side was pragmatic, a means to an end. However, he never fully abandoned his pride or his belief in honor. His time as Qui-Gon Jinn's master also played a crucial role in shaping his worldview. Qui-Gon's unorthodox approach to the Jedi Code and his focus on the living Force left a lasting impression on Dooku, inspiring his belief that the Jedi Order needed reform. Yet, Dooku felt that Qui-Gon's idealism lacked the practical edge needed to bring real change. When Qui-Gon was killed by Darth Maul, it further cemented Dooku's disillusionment with the Jedi, as he believed the Council's weak leadership had led to his apprentice's death. Dooku's philosophical struggles with the Jedi contrasted sharply with his eventual alliance with Sidious, as he found himself embracing methods he once condemned. Despite this, though, Dooku retained a sense of personal honor, evident in his reluctance to kill for sport or indulge in unnecessary cruelty. This duality made him a complex figure within the Sith, as he often saw himself as an enlightened ruler rather than a Dark Lord. This probably was the reason why he was always able to escape, and why for years Jedi like Yoda, Obi-Wan, and Anakin were trying to chase after him, because he wasn't so obsessed with killing these guys. He'd rather escape after beating him in a duel. His roots further shaped his belief in hierarchy and control, fueling his conviction that strong leadership, even through fear, was essential for galactic peace. Palpatine, meanwhile, viewed the Force as a tool for domination. He fully embraced the Sith philosophy of power through conflict, betrayal, and destruction. Where Dooku had remnants of his Jedi past, Palpatine was the embodiment of Sith ideology, ruthless, cunning, and devoid of any morality. His mastery of manipulation extended not just to the galactic politics, but to the emotions and loyalties of those around him. Palpatine's ability to foresee and orchestrate events allowed him to stay several steps ahead of his adversaries, ensuring his rise to power as both the Sith Lord and Emperor. Additionally, Palpatine's command over the dark side was unparalleled, amplified by his use of Force lightning, a power he used to devastating effect in battles against the Jedi like Mace Windu and Yoda. His duel with Yoda in Revenge of the Sith showcased not only his combative skill, but his immense strength in the Force, throwing Senate pods with ease and battling one of the greatest Jedi Masters to a standstill. Palpatine's philosophical commitment to the Sith was absolute. He viewed emotions like fear and anger not as a weakness, but as the ultimate source of strength. This philosophy made him the perfect Sith Lord, one that could weaponize every situation to his advantage. Unlike Dooku, whose honor limited his actions, Palpatine was unrestrained by the morality or tradition. This ruthlessness made him dangerous. Palpatine's influence spanned generations. Through his manipulation of Anakin Skywalker, he ensured the continuation of the Sith legacy, even after his apparent death in Return of the Jedi. His eventual return in Rise of Skywalker furthered emphasize his insidious nature and his belief in the Sith's immortality. Palpatine's adaptability and long-term planning distinguished him as a master technician and a symbol of the dark side's enduring power. Both of their differences and philosophies highlight a key distinction. Dooku saw the dark side as a tool, while Palpatine was the dark side. Chapter 4. Why They Failed. So, why did these powerful Sith Lords ultimately fail? Dooku's downfall came from his arrogance and naive. He believed he could control Sidious and manipulate the Clone Wars to achieve his own goals. But in the end, he was nothing more than a pawn in Palpatine's grand plan. His loyalty to the Sith was betrayed when Palpatine ordered Anakin to kill him. Adding to his failure were his two apprentices, Asajj Ventress and General Grievous, who each represented Dooku's inability to truly instill loyalty or achieve lasting success. Ventress, though skilled, was ultimately abandoned by Dooku under Palpatine's orders, which Ventress would resent Dooku and leading to her attempts at revenge. Grievous, while a fearsome warrior, lacked the refinement and discipline of a true Sith. He also wasn't Force active. I'm sorry to call you out like that, Grievous, but you didn't have the Riz, my dude. But it further showcased Dooku's failure to find a capable second in command. Both apprentices highlighted Dooku's arrogance in believing he could forge tools for his ambitions without them turning against him or crumbling under pressure. Palpatine's failure, on the other hand, was rooted in his overconfidence. He believed he had absolute control over everyone and everything, including Anakin Skywalker. But his arrogance blinded him to the love and redemption that ultimately led Vader to turn against him and save Luke. In Rise of Skywalker, Palpatine's hubris was once again his downfall. His attempt to use Rey and Kylo Ren to solidify his power backfired when Rey embraced her identity as a Jedi and resisted his manipulative tactics. Palpatine's reliance on ancient Sith rituals and his obsession with immortality left him vulnerable, as he underestimated the combined strength of the Jedi legacy Rey represented and the Force Dyad's unique power. In the end, Palpatine's inability to adapt to the changing nature of the Force and his failure to foresee Rey's resolve led to his ultimate defeat and eradication of the Sith once and for all. Probably not once and for all, if we're being honest. In short, Dooku failed because he underestimated Sidious, and Sidious failed because he underestimated the power of love and hope. Chapter 5. Who would win in a fight? Let's get ready to rumble! Now, for the ultimate question, who would win in a battle between Count Dooku and Emperor Palpatine? Let's break it down. Picture this: the open fields of Naboo under a clouded sky with nothing but grass and wind between these two Sith Lords. Both are in their prime. Palpatine during Revenge of the Sith, and Dooku during Attack of the Clones. They face off armed only with their lightsabers. In this matchup, Dooku's precision and mastery of Form 2 would shine. His elegant and calculated fencing style was designed for one-on-one duels. He would look to exploit Palpatine's aggression, using counters to control the pace. On the other hand, Palpatine's chaotic and relentless offense, combined with his sheer unpredictability, would make him a terrifying opponent. His aggressive lightsaber technique, paired with lightning-fast movements, could overwhelm even a skilled duelist like Dooku. As the fight unfolds, Dooku would likely gain an early advantage, keeping Palpatine at bay with his impeccable defense and tactical precision. But Palpatine's curiosity and ability to exploit the smallest mistake could quickly turn the tide. His raw power and unrelenting aggression would eventually wear down Dooku's defenses. Ultimately, while Dooku's skill and tactical mind would make this an intense and prolonged duel, Palpatine's primal energy and adaptability would likely give him the edge. The open terrain of Naboo offers no cover or escape, forcing both to rely purely on their combat prowess. My decision, if I was the referee and it's at the end of like a UFC fight and I gotta lift someone's arm, I'm probably choosing Palpatine's unpredictable and overwhelming aggression. It would secure him the victory in this Sith slugfest. In the end, the Sith's greatest strategist would overpower the noble duelist. Emperor Palpatine, to me, would definitely take the win. So there you have it, folks. Count Dooku and Emperor Palpatine were both powerful Sith Lords with unique strengths and weaknesses. While Dooku's elegance and skill made him a fearsome opponent, Palpatine's power ultimately makes him the superior Sith. But what do you think? Who's your pick for the ultimate Sith champion? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more epic character clash battles. Thanks for watching. May the Force be with you. This has been Ace on Face the Ace.